Hello. All right. Today in our lab, we are going to take a look at the following reaction. Sorry, I'm having a little trouble getting it held up here, but we've got copper 2 chloride, which is this first one here, in equilibrium with copper plus 2 and 2 chloride ions, and also heat. Now, when we do this, I have written down here green, blue, and colorless. Our solution to start off with of copper 2 chloride is a blue color, and you can kind of see that if I hold it up here to this whiteboard. It's a blue color. What I mean when I say green, now don't be confused, yes it is a blue color, but when I say green, that's the color it would turn if the reaction is going to the left and favoring the reactants. If it turns blue, it's going to be going to the right and favoring the products. And again, if it turns colorless, it will be going to the right and favoring the products. Now, what you've got, or what you should have in front of you, is a lovely lab sheet. One of the things we're going to do to this system to stress it is to add silver nitrate to it. So the first question here is to go ahead and write out the balanced equation, or predict the balanced equation for copper 2 chloride plus silver nitrate. Okay, now don't worry, I will give you that balanced equation later on, but the first thing, or the next thing I need you to do is to make your predictions of what's going to happen when we stress that system. And you're going, okay, Miss H, we don't know how we're going to stress that system. Well, you're in luck. I've written it down here for you. Tube number 2, we are going to add heat to, or put it in a hot water bath. Tube number 3, we are going to put it in an ice water bath, so we're going to make the system cold. Tube number 4, we're going to add that silver nitrate to, so then we'll find out what our balanced equation is once we do tube number 4. And for tube number 5, we are going to add sodium chloride, good old table salt, to it. Okay? So now use what you know about change in temperature, change in amount, and adding a catalyst to predict which way you think that reaction is going to go. Alright, so you should have paused the video and made your predictions. Now, like I had said before, we've got this lovely tube here, and I'm going to grab a piece of white paper just so that you can see for sure. It is a blue color, a nice blue color. And the first stress we were going to put on this system is to put it in a hot water bath, which I've got going right over here. So if I put this tube into our hot water bath, we need to then see what change is going to take place. Alright, and I'm going to bring my trusty white paper back here. See if my other beaker will hold it up. I can tell that it's turned green, but just to show you as well, I've got my tube number 1, which is going to be our control tube, if you will. And now tube number 2 is in my right hand, this one here, what I'm holding with the beaker tongs. And you can see that it is a different color. It has turned green. So go ahead and mark that down in your charts. Okay, and then while we're doing that here, I'm going to take tube number 2 and put it in our cold water, or our ice water bath that I've got right here. This one's going to take a little bit longer to happen, or for the reaction to take place, so I'm just going to kind of set it up against there, and we'll come back and check it in a little bit. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and go on to tube number 4, which I'm going to add the silver nitrate to. So I've got 0.5 molar of silver nitrate right here. And I'm just going to add 5 drops or so into this test tube of copper chloride. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to put a stopper in it and go ahead and shake it up and see what happens. But already you could see, as I was adding that silver nitrate, there's a white precipitate that was formed, and maybe it's not showing up the best on the white paper there, but we had a white precipitate forming, and you can kind of see the little particles throughout there. Okay, so as I said before, I'm going to get you. So we've got this balanced equation. We've got over here our copper chloride, which is an aqueous solution, so that tells us that it will break apart. And also our silver nitrate is an aqueous solution, so that will also break apart, and a double displacement reaction will take place. Oh, double displacement reactions, your old friends, right? So it breaks apart and reconnects to form silver chloride, which is our solid white precip that was forming, and copper 2 nitrate. Okay, so then just a quick balance on this equation is going to be a 2 here, and then of course a 2 here. So I think I might have wrote one of those 2's backwards, so sorry if I did that. But let's keep going here. I'm going to take a look at my ice bath solution. Okay, still looks a little bit blue compared to our control test tube. So I'm going to put it back in the ice bath, and now I'm going to take test tube number 5 and add to it our salt, sodium chloride. Okay. Again, I'm going to put a stopper in it, one that fits a little bit better maybe, and invert it. Mix it up. Okay. And again, grabbing our control test tube, we can see the differences between those two. The one with the sodium chloride is the one right here in this hand, and it is more of a green color. And I'm going to go ahead and grab my white sheet of paper to kind of help you see that a little bit better. Okay, so that is green. Go ahead and mark that down in your observation table. So taking our cold water bath, our copper chloride out of the cold ice water bath, and the copper chloride from the ice water bath is this one here. It is somewhat of a brighter blue, you can see. So go ahead and mark that down in your charts. It is a brighter blue, so it turned more blue, so that's going to tell us that it should shift. This equilibrium system, when it is the heat's taken away, or we had a cold water bath, the system is going to shift to the products to try and make up for some of that heat that is lost. Alright, so finally we need to go through and answer the post-lab questions. There's one here down at the bottom hiding right underneath the table, and then the rest are on the back. Thanks for tuning in with me. Hope you had a great time with this lab.